Ladies and gentlemen, it's me, James Sweeney, coming at you this Friday afternoon from the studio at the New York Stock Exchange. And I'll tell you this, I'm in a great mood because it's a Friday, the weekend is almost here, and you also know what that means here at modernwallstreet.com. We're getting it started a little bit early. So it's not quite 4 o'clock yet. The traders, they have a couple more hours left, but we're gonna do it right. Lift your glasses, have yourself a drink, kick back, relax. We have a beautiful weekend ahead of us. It's time for an early Friday edition of Happy Hour here in the Big Apple. U.S. stocks, they continue to trade in a narrow range this Friday afternoon following a record close on the S&P 500 yesterday as investors continue to take in data releases. Now, the major stock market indices, they have been fluctuating all around the flat line this afternoon, with the S&P 500 trading mostly above its closing high set yesterday, but also below its intraday record. Stocks on the downside so far today, briefly extending losses after the University of Michigan's Consumer Sentiment Report came in at 88.6. That's the lowest level in 7 months. At the same time, industrial production even earlier, down 0.3% in April, the 5th straight month of declines, and Empire manufacturing data showed a reading of 3.09. That is also below expectations of 5, but still above last month's negative figure. And with the U.S. dollar continuing to trade lower against its counterparts, crude oil futures for June delivery down 80 cents, and gold futures falling $2.50 to $12.2270 a troy ounce, you have yourself a session right behind me where advancers are just a slight step ahead of decliners. That's right, at the New York Stock Exchange. And let's now take a look to see how the markets are shaping up to not just close out the session, but the week as well. And lastly, on the corporate front, I must mention this. Google, the tech company out west, well, here in New York City as well, said in a blog post that it would start sending self-driving cars to public roads this summer. Can't wait for that. And with that stated, enjoy the weekend. We have a great sports weekend ahead of us. Tomorrow, the New York Rangers, Tampa Bay Lightning kick off round 1 of the conference finals. Who's going to win? On top of that, the New York Mets come back for a homestand. I'll be there for a game or 2 or 5 or however long those games will be. And with that stated, from modernwallstreet.com, from the New York Stock Exchange, telling you to have yourself a great weekend. I'll see you Monday morning. I'm James Sweeney.